so we're gonna get right into it. The fabric that I use is 2 yards for $4 from Walmart, literally in the arts and crafts section. I already have it laid out exactly how I wanted to. So what you're gonna see me doing is seeing what way the stretch is. Usually I buy two-way stretch fabric, but this is just a one-way stretch fabric, meaning you need to cut the way. Okay, I don't even know how to really explain it fully to y'all, but basically you want to cut it the width of your body and not the length of your body on the stretchy part. So when you jump into something, you want it to stretch outwards versus up and down. So that's the best way that I can kind of explain it to you. So since doing that, I'm flipping it how it needs to be flipped, relaying it out, and then you'll see me start to get into cutting. All right, so now that the fabric is laid out, we are going to take a similar item. I made this jumpsuit yesterday, so I'm basically making another one for my sister. So we're going to cut just using that. I'm not going to say a fan of having pre-made templates using the paper. So I use a lot of my outfits because a lot of my outfits usually I've either altered or fixed to fit my body. And plus, I'm not sewing for nobody outside of myself anyway. So I just kind of use my outfits because it's easier for me to do that. So as I'm laying it out, making sure that it's flat, I'm going to take my scissors and cut around the perimeter of the fabric, not cutting out the middle. So you'll see me stop somewhere along the top of the fabric. Well, not really the top, but the middle of the fabric. And then you'll see me flip it over. And then you'll see me proceed to cut. That is so you can have two equal sides. And you only need two parts. You don't need four parts. So you, like pants, you would cut four equal parts, whereas a jumpsuit, you would just cut two equal parts. So this is what I was telling y'all when I said you'll see me flip it over and you'll see me basically do the other half of the jumpsuit. So that's what I'm doing here, making sure that it's nice and flat, how it needs to be flat. And then I'll just go around this and cut, and then you should have your front and your back pieces of the jumpsuit. All right, so now that we are done cutting, what we're gonna do is open it up, and it's going to look really weird, y'all. Do not mind it. It's gonna look right when you put it together, but right now it looks like what the fuck. But I promise it won't look like that once you start actually sewing it together. It'll actually look exactly how it's supposed to look. Right now, I'm just folding it because I need to put a stitch down the middle to separate the front and the back. So I'm making sure that it's equal sides on both. I'm going to take it and I'm going to pin it. And then once I pin it, I am going to show you guys exactly where I am going to be sewing to make it to where the line is at the back, to separate your butt, all that. So that's what I'm basically doing right now, putting that stitch, but I'm not cutting the fabric. I'm just gonna put the stitch right there. Onto my handy dandy sewing machine. Y'all, I love this serger. I've been attached to this serger more than my regular sewing machine, and y'all want to know what's crazy? When I start using this serger, my regular sewing machine started to act up. You can get snatched up because it be snatching my fabric and ripping it up. Like, I'm just not understanding what's going on. I thought you loved me. I thought we had a really good relationship. I'm sorry that I bought your brother, but brother, but work for me. So after you're done stitching, I'm just basically showing y'all the stitching. And when you have stretchy fabric, make sure that you're pulling it as you're sewing it as well. Because if you're not pulling that fabric as you're stitching, once you release it, it's gonna all jumble up and create holes. And holes is what we don't want. So make sure that you're really stretching out that fabric when you're sewing your seams down. Also, this is what we're doing. So the two front parts, well, the two outside parts need to be facing inside, and the two inside parts need to be facing outside. So then when you flip it inside out, all of your seams are on the inside versus the outside. And you have, um, a well-made jumpsuit, t-shirts, a pair of leggings, whatever it is that you're making, it will be exactly how it needs to be if you do it right. All I'm doing here is just pinning down the entire jumpsuit. So I'm pinning it down from literally top to bottom, and I'm going to take it to my sewing machine, and we are going to I'm sorry, everything but where we're going to attach the sleeves. So we're going to sew the top, and then we're going to sew the sides, and we're going to sew the middle, but making sure that that armhole stays unsewn. All right, so once we are done sewing the jumpsuits together, we are going to measure out the arms. So we're going to take the measurement of the armhole exactly, and we are going to cut the fabric downward. So we're going to cut around the curve, adding, of course, some seam allowance, and then we're going to cut down in a straight line on one side and then kind of at an angle on the other side, to get the perfect sleeve. And make sure that your sleeve is as long as it needs to be, because sometimes my sleeves be a little skeet. I ain't even gonna lie, because I didn't properly measure how I needed to measure. So make sure that you're actually taking that measuring tape and you are measuring those sleeves exactly how they need to be measured out, or something is not gonna be right. It should. I do it every time, y'all, and I be wasting so much fabric because I didn't measure, and all I had to do was pull out the measuring tape and freaking measure. So make sure that y'all are measuring. But I like extra long sleeves anyway, and my sister kind of liked how mine was, so I already kind of do my measurements off rip. So yeah. So what I was showing y'all is that we are going to sew basically on the part of the sleeve that's open. So we're gonna flip them front sides inward and sides outward. So basically just flipping the fabric. And I don't be using pins because, I mean, what do I need pins for to sew in a straight line, especially because the fabric already has a crease in it. So it helps. But if it didn't have a crease, trust and believe, baby, I would have used 1,001 pins, because y'all see all them pins on there and then the pins on the inside. We're going to use a pin or two. So what I'm doing is I'm sewing, and again, I'm gonna keep on reiterating it. Stretch out that fabric. When you're sewing stretchy fabric, make sure that you are literally pulling your fabric as it's sewing on the sewing machine. As you see me doing right here, I'm literally pulling it. Not pulling it extra freaking hard to where it doesn't sew, of course, or it skips stitches or whatever, but I'm pulling it to where when I release it, that fabric is not bunching up. So that's what you see me doing, of course, and I'm going to do that 2 times. So Once we're done with the second sleeve, then we will be ready to attach. So you're going to pull them inside out. And once they are both pulled inside out, you are going to put the sleeve on the inside of the jumpsuit so that the right side of the sleeve is in the right side of the outfit. So you want all the seams on the same side. So you're going to watch me literally take that sleeve, place it on the inside of the jumpsuit, and then sew on the perimeter. I'm gonna shut up and y'all can watch because I know how I'm explaining it, but sometimes this can still be confusing. So if y'all want another video or feel like you want me to really slow it down and show you how to do it, then I will. But all your seams and your stitches need to be on the right side. So you're gonna flip it inside out, you're gonna put it in the inside, and then you're gonna sew inside to outside. Also, make sure that those two seams line up on the inside of the arm, because if they don't, then it's going to be off and it's going to look weird. Remember to continue to pull your fabric, and what we're doing is just making sure that it all line up. I don't use pins on this part either because the pins get in the way and I just don't have time for that. So what I do is I just keep on checking every few stitches that I do, and I keep pulling and I keep on stretching and I keep sewing until we're done with the sleeve. So now that we are done with the sleeve, of course, I'm going to flip it inside out and I am going to show you what it looks like. So at this point, you should have a full jumpsuit. I do not fix my seams at the neckline. I don't fix them at the sleeves, and I don't fix them at the leg, simply because I don't know about anybody else, but I know me, with certain outfits, I like an unfinished look. So I don't know. It just, some outfits, it makes it look better. So I don't always finish my outfits 100% when it pertains to completing those seams at the ends. I keep them how it is because I think it's cute. So here I am flipping it inside out, and you will see shortly how it looks. So this is the one that I made. And the one that I just made, the pink one for my sister, is going to look exactly like that. And then as y'all can see in the back, I have a black one that I made as well. But yeah, this is completes that video, and I hope y'all liked it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.